Hello everyone, myself Saklan Mustaq, and today in this video I'm going to tell you guys about my experience on Vishwakarma game, which was organized by LearnBiz platform. And this game I had played for my subject code OPRM 639 Operations Management and Research 1, which is led by Dr. Harpreet Singh Bedi sir. Let's get started. So what is learning this game and what is this platform and what exactly is this particular game? So ladies and gentlemen, let's try to understand what is Vishwakarma game and what are the outcomes of this particular game. So the main objective of this game is that, as we know, our faculties are giving their 100% in this pandemic also, and due to them we are able to understand and gain full knowledge in this pandemic also. But we are having theoretical knowledge, but how to convert that theoretical knowledge into a practical knowledge? So taking all those things into consideration, our faculty Dr. Harpreet Singh Bedi sir decided, and he assigned our CA2 on this particular platform, which is Vishwakarma game on LearnBiz platform. In this particular platform we were acting as an operational manager, where we had received some sort of revenue and our task was to increase the revenue. So let's try to understand what I had did in this particular game. So my first objective was to profit maximization, and second was to fulfill the demand, and third was business expansion and different reason. So ladies and gentlemen, as the word profit maximization say, we all the students of Lovely Professional University who were playing this Vishwakarma game has allocated several amount in the term of cash, virtual cash. I had received 12 lakh something in the beginning. So my main objective as a manager was to increase the cash level for my company. Second thing was that, as this subject is only telling about the operations, so our major demand and major focus was on the fulfilling of the demand. We were allocated with 6 region A, B, C and D and E, and this third task was to expand the business in the different region. As I said that initially we had allocated several region, but as an operational manager it was our work to express and improve the expansion of the business in different regions. So for playing this game you need to firstly log into the LearnBiz platform, and our university has provided us a special credential. Then after we went on the game portal, and there we had just selected operation and we got the option for Vishwakarma. Then we had started the game. Now after starting the game you will get a interface like this, which is the area map. With the help of this particular thing, I was able to understand that initially I got this amount, which was 1,24,800 rupees for 4 days. And here one of the major important thing which should be taken into consideration is that all the white color icons which are present over here is the icon where my warehouses are not present, and the black color icons are the icons where my warehouses are present and factory outlets are present. And with the help of this my task was to analyze where I am lagging, where I should demand, and where I should improve the supply and all those stuff. Let's understand in brief in upcoming slides. Demand forecasting. As you can see in this particular slide that I'm having several reasons how it's not an easy task to forecast the demand. So for that I had taken a wonderful opportunity with the MS Excel, and with the help of information from the manual which I have read on from the LearnBiz platform, I extracted all the information from the Excel sheet and I started forecasting on daily basis. Because as we know, if we are continuously judging something and forecasting something, it will give a roughly idea that yes, here we are lagging and here is the scope where we can improve, and here is the place where we are doing our 100%. So with the example I would like to explain you guys I was able to forecast my demand. So here on the screen you can see day 1 2 3 4 5 6 till 22, and here are the 6 region A, B, C, D and E. So let's get started with day 1. So day 1 was I was having demand of 200 in team A, in team B 5, team C 1, team D 50, team E 30. So total number of demand was 286. But gradually when you will see on day 5, the demand in A becomes 0, and everywhere the demand started decreasing. The reason was that I had started setting up my factory and outlet. That was the reason why after some days it get started decreasing. Through this information and the lead time, I was able to calculate my record point and recorded quantity. In the beginning, as there was only one warehouse, the record point was very high, as I had already mentioned in my previous slides. Warehouse projection. So what exactly is it is, let's try to understand. On the left hand side you can see the graph of my warehouse projection, where you can see 5 different color statistics which is showing warehouse A, warehouse B, warehouse C, warehouse D and warehouse E. So initially I was by default I was allocated with only one warehouse, but gradually when I started increasing revenue, I set it up 3 warehouses: warehouse A, warehouse in location warehouse C and warehouse E. And warehouse A was serving to region A and region B. Warehouse C was serving to region C and region D. But the interesting factor was that warehouse E was only serving to E only. This now sounds little bit funny. Why one warehouse for a specific reason? So ladies and gentlemen, warehouse E was serving in a large area. Warehouse the location wise, my location A, as you can see, or E, as you can see, it's very long in its parameters and diameter. So that is the reason why my warehouse was serving in one particular location. Now let's talk about cash position. I have gradually increased methods to increase my cash position. There was n number of things. Let's talk about transportation. If I was dropping my items with the flight, it was costing me high. But if I at the same time, if I was using the method of pickup, it was a little bit cheap. So in the beginning there is a drop in the cash position due to investment in the factories and different warehouses. From their position has increased slowly, as we know that for construction of a warehouse it was taking around 28 to 30 days. So my cash position gradually started decreasing. But yeah, successfully when the warehouse and all those stuff was started producing and started delivering, my revenue gradually started increasing, as you can see on the screen also. In the between there is a step increase in the cash position. It is due to capture of demand in region A. As I said that initially my region A was very high. Now let's talk about loss in demand. There is significant loss in demand and there is a continuous pattern in loss in demand. As we know that I had invested in several areas, right? I had created my warehouse, I had inaugurated one factory outlet. So yeah, there was a little bit loss in demand scenario. So there were two possibility on by which I can send it in, so with the help of flight, so that I can capture the entire demand. Second, I can do it by the pickup method. But if I was going with the flight, it was little bit expensive for me. But if I was going with truck and pickup, but if I on the same hand, if I was going with the truck, it was taking n number of times. So I founded a middle way and I chosen pickup method, which was little not that much expensive and not taking that much time to deliver my goods. When I sent through flight, my profit margin per product was only 150 rupees, where if do through pickup margin, it was 400 rupees. You can imagine it's more than double. So if I would calculate for 2 days, also I am making 50 rupees high profit than comparatively to the first method, which was picking up by the flight. Now let's try to understand cash breakup versus time. In the beginning, I have incurred highest transportation cost, but later it is changed and decision was maintained to the cost. The thing was that initially I was exporting my goods and my all the material with the help of flight, but that was giving me just a profit margin of 150 rupees. But later on I realized that my decision was good for the fastest delivery of the material, but what about my profit maximization? So I thought and I shifted to pickup method. After changing in the decision was the profit maximum was good sales and the company has not incurred high margins. I had followed several methods, which was minimum inventory maintained, forecasting demand, cost cutting, trend projection, lead time calculation, recorded point calculation. With the help of minimum inventory maintenance, I was able to understand where exactly I'm standing, and with the help of forecasting demand, I was able to understand what is my strength, where I'm selling more and where I'm selling less. With the help of cost cutting, I was able to get my more profit, because as I have mentioned that with the help of flight I was able to fulfill the customer demand fastly, but my cost was increasing high. So that's all from my end. Thank you. Signing off, Saklan Mustaq, Q1910 11906854.